welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to cut your own fringe or how to touch it up. How am I doing it lately? And not just that, I'm also going to show you every single product that I use on a daily basis to maintain my fringe looking nice and the way I like it every day. Also, I'm going to show you how to style it. So if you have a fringe, just keep on watching because you need this video in your life. If you want to follow this tutorial, I really suggest that you do it to touch up your fringe. But if you want to cut it from zero, if you've never had fringe before and you want to do that, then it's probably better that you follow this tutorial over here. I'm going to leave it up there because in that video, I really show you step by step what to do. This video is more on how to touch up your fringe instead of doing it from zero. So if you're interested, keep on watching. But don't worry, the prep is very easy. The first step is going to be to divide the hair to whatever it is that I want to cut. So I'm going to put my hair up in a ponytail, just so everything that is short stays out by itself. And then with a comb like this, I'm just going to start perfecting that line so it is symmetric on each side. It doesn't have to be perfect, but at least, you know, so I'm sure that I'm not cutting something that I don't want to cut. Okay, now that it's divided, you can see that it's more symmetric there. I'm going to just put my hair up again, just to make sure that I'm taking everything that I don't want to cut. And there you have it. The second step is going to be to wash your hair. Like wash just your fringe. I like to do this because I don't want to have any product residue because I want the scissors to actually cut well. And I don't even know if that matters, but I don't want any residue to alter the final result. So in my opinion, it's better to just wash your hair and do this with clean, freshly washed hair. And the third step, but in my opinion, one of the most important, is that you actually dry your hair. I really recommend that if you're going to cut your own bangs, just dry your hair. Don't do it with your hair wet. The chances that you cut more than what you intended on the first place are a lot more if you have wet hair. Just dry your hair, and to do that, just point the air downwards and start moving your hair to every direction. You want to make it look like the way it would naturally fall if you had straight hair. So you're going to blow dry it downwards and try to not give any volume with the brush. Try not to do it very straight. That's why I don't suggest that you do it with a straightener. I really prefer to do it with a hair dryer because I think that when you do it with a straightener, the hair is too straight, like you're stretching the hair too much and you end up cutting more than necessary. So I just prefer to do it with a hair dryer, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so now that you brushed your hair to the front, you're going to divide it in the middle and you're going to pin one of the sides. So you can see, I already cut this side, and you're going to work one side first and then the other one. You want to make sure that you're brushing your hair in the same direction that it's going to fall when it's normal. And then with one of these combs, you're going to brush it to the front and in a diagonal to the other side. So you want to imagine that this is the curtain that you want this to have. So this angle, that's the angle that you're going to take, and you're going to put it to the other side. I hope that makes sense. If you brush it like that and then you do this and the longer parts are here in the shoulders, that means that you didn't brush it correctly. So just let go, be patient with this. Make sure that you're brushing it in the right direction, the way that your hair would fall, like that. And that's why I like to put the comb underneath to make sure that I'm not moving anything, and then I can hold it with my fingers and I can go back in, and then I can just do the diagonal. There's always going to be one side that's a little bit harder than the other. This is my hard side, but look, here I brush it again, and then I hope you can see this. All of the long hairs are everywhere, so I don't see the curtain there. So you want to make sure that you can see that, because otherwise it means that you're brushing it wrong. You want to see this angle like this. And once you have it right, you're going to start cutting vertical, so between the hair, and you don't want to lift the hair a lot, okay? I'm going to do it with the other hand so it's easier for you to see, but you want to brush, comb the hair, and then go the other hand, and then go diagonally to the other side. So you want to be able to see this angle, like that. And then you're going to cut between the hair, like that. And you're going to do it very, very slowly. You're going to start very, very small, then you let go and you check how much do you need to cut, and you go ahead and do it again and repeat until it's enough. Don't go all the way in and cut a lot at first. You're going to regret it. So just be patient, do it once, then do it again, and you're not going to just cut like this. You're going to respect the length, if that makes sense. So if this hair is longer, you're going to leave it longer. And if this hair is shorter, you're going to leave it shorter. But you're just going to lift enough so you can see what you're doing. Make sure that I'm doing this. And then just start cutting between the hair, like that. But you see how I'm leaving the hair long and leaving the hair short where it is. And I'm just cutting the ends, but in between the hair. I'm not going like that. I'm not cutting the ends like this. I'm cutting like that, barely cutting anything. And you let go, and I can see that it's still too long, so I need to do it a little bit more. Then I repeat. Okay, this is better, but I think that I need to do it a little bit more. You want to leave this short bit a little bit longer than what you think you want. Just a little bit, because we still need to do one extra step. And then you're going to repeat in the other side, and this is going to be your guide for how long it is, or how long you should leave it. Because I already did this side, I'm going to compare now. And I can see that this side is still a little bit longer, so I'm going to do it once again. And that's how you compare, and just go slowly. Okay, I think that is enough. Let's compare. I think that's similar enough. So I'm just going to brush it downwards. Now everything. And I know it's still a little bit too long, but don't worry. What we're going to do now is just take the middle part, just the center. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you're going to be able to see here the shape of the curtain. See, so the middle has to be a little bit shorter than the sides. So you want to respect that. And what we're going to do is just make sure that the middle part is a little bit shorter so you can actually see. And I hope you can see there. See how the sides are a little bit longer? You're going to take the scissors and start cutting the same way, so between the hairs, like that, and just respect that shape. And you only want to cut the center to make sure that this is a little bit shorter. And again, just do it slowly. Let go, have a look, see if you want a little bit more, and you can always do it a little bit more. And try not to go too far in the first, the first time around. I always like to cut my fringe a little bit longer. I leave it around the middle of my lids. That's just personal preference, and that means that I have to cut her more often, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. I think that's enough for me. Always, even if you're already cutting, let it a little bit longer than what you think, because this is not the actual way I'm going to wear it. I'm going to add a little bit of volume here, so all of that is going to make it lift a little bit. So you want space to, like fix if you need it after. Okay, so now I'm going to style my fringe. I don't wear it like this. I think it's too flat. So to do that, I'm going to wet my fringe. I always start with wet hair, just because it's easier to shape it that way. Otherwise, you're going to just struggle too much. So I have a little bottle of water here, and I'm just going to wet the hair. And it doesn't have to be like dripping wet, just a little bit. So while I'm styling my hair, I'm going to show you which are my favorite products to style my hair every day. The first thing is a blow dryer. A good blow dryer is the first thing that you need. I would not cut my fringe if I don't have a blow dryer. A lot of you ask me all the time, can I do it if I have just a straightener or if I don't have a blow dryer? Technically you can, but I wouldn't do it. For me, this is the #1 tool that you need. And this specific one, this is from Carmine Professional. They sent this to me as a gift to try and to show you guys if I liked it. I've been working with it for like a month now and I love it. I don't use my old hair dryer anymore. This one took its place 100%. It's a very, very good hair dryer, and they were kind enough to give me a code for you guys. So if you're interested in buying a new hair dryer or any hair tool, you have 15% off with the code VALENA15. I'm going to leave it in the screen because it's easier. This is not an affiliate code. This is just for you guys to have a, you know, like some discount. And this is not a sponsored video. I really like this hair dryer. This is my hair dryer now. And the second thing that I always need is a brush, a round brush. I like to go in between two sizes. This one is the one that I use the most. I would say it's a small size, but it's not tiny. And when I want to give a little bit more shape, I go for this one that is a little bit smaller, but it's still not the tiniest. So this is a comparison. I'm going to leave everything linked in the description box, you guys. This is just for you to see what I use. So these two. And then this is something that I've been using lately. I came across this product by accident. Basically, I bought this for my kid for something completely different and it wasn't what I thought. So I decided to try it in my fringe and I actually love the effect. It gives the hair a powdery blow dry finish. So it's like a little bit of texture, but it's not oily, it's not greasy. It's just, I don't know, I really like it. So I've been using it, but it's not like a necessary step. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of this in my wet hair and then start styling it. To blow dry my hair or my fringe, I just point the hair dryer downwards and start brushing the hair to each side. Try to do it in a medium strength, just so I have more control, and start doing this. So you want the hair to not go to one specific place, but you want the hair to go everywhere. I try to do that until it's dry. If your hair is a little bit more wavy, like some days I get a little wave like this, that's when I start doing this. I roll the hair in the brush and I do this, but I try not to do it a lot because then you will end up with a fringe a little bit like this, which is not bad. It's just I want to put everything to the front, then I can't really do it. Does that make sense? So I will have to fix that after. If I can, I would just do this and start doing like that with my fingers and like this with my brush. And that's everything you need until it's completely dry. So to fix this, I'm just going to take the middle part of my hair and I'm going to use the small brush and I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to rotate the brush. So I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to put it here and try to go straight like that, so the hair is straight and not having a lot of volume. But the less I can do it with the brush and the more I can do it with just my finger, the better. Now that I've done this, I'm going to do the same thing but with the cold shot, with no heat at all. I'm just going to point it downwards and just blow it everywhere. And there you have it. Now the final thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use dry shampoo. I always like to use dry shampoo to make sure that it's not too oily, but also because I like the hair to have a little bit of texture. I like the texture this gives. So just a tiny bit. I like to massage it and then I just style it with my hands to however I want to wear it. Now I'm just going to add some waves to my hair and show you how the final result looks. That's all for today's video. I hope this is useful for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments, and don't forget that I am going to leave everything in the description box, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!